Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Colorwind Plays. And this time we're going to take a look at a game I used to rent all the time when I was little. It was a game I rented all the time. It's called World Heroes. This is an SNK game. It was released in the arcades and also for the Neo Geo, but the version I'm familiar with and the one we're going to play today is the Super Nintendo version. So let's get started. Let's go to the option menu, different levels and time, and then you can see here that there's actually an option to change the controls to one button or two button. The way that the game used to work was depending on whether you tapped or held the button would determine how hard your punch was. If you tapped it, then it would be a light punch. If you held it, it would be a hard punch. For the Super Nintendo version, however, since there's more than the 4 buttons that the Neo Geo arcade systems used to have, you can switch it so that they're just separate buttons, because the Super Nintendo controller had more buttons. So I'm going to do that, because that's the way that I used to always do it. Back in the day, I never understood why they even allowed that feature, but now I know it's just because, in case you wanted a more authentic arcade experience, you had the one button option available to you. Okay, I'm going to leave it at 3. I used to always go with the easier difficulty, but I think over the years I've gotten better at this game. You came at a good time. Use the time machine to go all over the world where the strong people are. I'm praying for a healthy battle. Okay, and you have your characters. There's 8 of them: Hanzo, Fuma, Dragon, Jane, Jake Horn, Empower, with his muscle power actually, Brocken, and Rasputin. I'm going to go with Hanzo. And I'm going to go with Fatal Match. Now, the story of this game is these are all champions from different time periods, and you're using a time machine to find out who is the strongest of them all. And what's unique to this game is you have the Fatal Match, which is not only would you fight, but there's things in the world that would prevent you from, or not prevent you really, but it would cause damage to you, or it could impair you. Like, see this gooey stuff on the floor? That makes you slip and slide all over the place. And Dragon has always been a character I've had trouble with. He's pretty much supposed to be Bruce Lee, as you can tell. My character Hanzo is a ninja from, I think, Japan. And Fuma, who looked a lot like me, just red, is from a rival clan, I believe. And that did not go well. Oh, that was cheap. Projectile went right through him. Each character also has a different set of special abilities, like Hanzo can double jump. Some of these special stages, I'll be honest, are kind of like duplicates of each other. Jeez, man. I will say that I've gone through and played the World Heroes series on the original arcade, or at least the arcade versions. I've played through emulators and the World Heroes Anthology collection. I've played through them, and I've noticed that this one is probably the worst out of all of them. And there's nothing that impressive about the series that differentiates it from other fighting games, especially when this came out. This came out at the same time as Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, and when there was just an onslaught of fighting games. Nothing really there to distinguish it from. However, I will say though that the last entry in the series, World Heroes Perfect, is a great game. And unfortunately that's the hardest one to find. But if you ever come across the World Heroes Anthology, which I just told you about, for the PlayStation 2, you should pick that up solely for World Heroes Perfect. And as for this game, if you have played this game when you're younger, it's still fun. Like, I'm enjoying myself right now. It's still a good time. but I think it would probably only be suitable for those with the nostalgia for it, for those who did play it at the time. Because now it is just kind of another fighting game. Despite the special fatal matches. I mean, it's still pretty unique for its time, but now we've seen it so much that it doesn't really matter. And now here we have Brocken. He's kind of like Dalsim in this game because he's a robot and he can extend his limbs. Hanzo, I guess you could say, is the Ryu of the game. Ah, he got me. Got you. Boom. Boom. Double hitter right there. Obviously, in this stage, you have to watch out for the spikes at the end of the level. You can walk into them. You can land in them. There's really no limit to it. I could do the spin attack, and if I went too far, I would go into them. It's good to get like double hits like that. This is an older game, so combos aren't really a thing in this game. Not like nowadays with fighting games, like with auto combo, sort of like Guilty Gear, where they have pretty easy combination combos that you can do, like Mortal Kombat or Injustice, Gods Among Us. No. Spin attack! Yes. And that spin attack is kind of like his Dragon Punch, but it's actually not that easy to do. You don't do that move by doing the Dragon Punch. What you actually have to do is you have to go forward and then back and do a half circle over to forward and then the punch button to do that move. They could not make that move easy for you, I guess. And we have a bonus game, and the point of it here is to chip off the stone. And there we go. You have a statue of a muscle man. Easy peasy. This game owes a lot to Street Fighter, as a lot of fighters back in those days did. You either took your influence from Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, or to an extent, the Fatal Fury series. The exception would probably be Samurai Showdown, another SNK fighter, but then again, I left that out because no one really took that example. There wasn't really another weapon-based fighting game until Soul Calibur. There was Last Blade, another SNK fighter, but yeah. Oh, something I should mention is, even though this is technically a SNK game, they hold the rights to it, it was not developed by SNK. It was actually developed by a company called ADK, which was like its own separate company that then developed like I think they had a partnership with SNK, because SNK did a lot of fighting games. Fatal Fury, King of Fighters, Samurai Showdown, there's so many. Last Blade that I mentioned before. Yeah, there's a lot. No, that was close. Obviously, those are mines on the ground, so they'll do that, and it's over. Boom. The mines are just gonna explode on me. I'm just gonna wait. Boom. Another one. But it don't hurt me no more. But yeah, this is developed by them. And then this port to the Super Nintendo was actually developed by Takara, which was a company that had a deal with SNK to port a lot of their games to the more popular consoles, home consoles, like the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis. Although I will say that they seem to favor the Super Nintendo a lot more because a lot of the games on the Genesis suck. Art of Fighting on the Sega Genesis sucks. World Heroes on the Sega Genesis sucks. It's terrible. The only one that I can think of that were okay are Fatal Fury 2 and I think Special came out for the Genesis. Not sure. I don't think so, actually. But yeah, they didn't really do a good job. And then Fatal Fury 1 for the Genesis is okay. That's okay. If you were a fan of SNK fighters and you didn't want to spend a whole bunch of money with the Neo Geo, then you wanted a Super Nintendo, because on the Genesis they were crap. They were painful. Oh, we ran out of time. Wow. I still won. Now, you're probably wondering what's so special about this stage, and I'll be honest, they kind of cheated with this one. There's nothing wrong with this stage. There's nothing here that will hurt your enemy or hamper you. There's nothing to slip on. Basically, the idea is whoever loses this match gets their hair shaven off. It's what they call, I believe, a skinhead match. That's dumb, because basically I'm just fighting in a ring. I think they probably could have come up with something, but that's what we got, unfortunately. No. No. Get back here. Just one more hit. Ah, more than one more hit. Got her. There we go. There we go. That wants discipline? Get to the gym. Ooh, I think I'm going against my rival. Is it my rival? It's my rival, Fuma. Round one. Fight. Okay, now some of them, like this one, is a combination. See, I have the slippery stuff here and the spikes. So, that'll make it harder. Oh, come on, man. Punk, serves you right. Boom, boom. I'm gonna come back. Come back, kid. See, like there, he probably wouldn't have slid in, and that was my mistake for doing that. He probably wouldn't have hit that spike when I hit him from below with that punch, if it hadn't been for those slippery areas there. So that helped me. Everybody's getting hit everywhere. Slam. The throws do a lot of damage in this game. I should mention that. Better block that. Boom. Helicopter attack for the win. This has been a tough match. The deciding factor. Usually Dragon is the one I have the most difficulty with. The reason this is because the computer completely cheats with him. Because he has a underhand slap, kind of like E Honda. He has a punch attack like that, and then he has that flying dragon kick, which has such great range. And now both of those attacks are usually pretty hard to do for the player, but because it's a computer, they can do it like on a whim. So it's always unexpected. Anyone who actually plays as Dragon will not be able to pull off his moves like that. Dragon is very much a defensive character. Unlike Hanzo or Fuma, who are offensive characters, really. And Rasputin is also an offensive character. And yes, it is based on the legendary Russian dude who supposedly, if you believe the rumors, hypnotized the Tsar of Russia and inadvertently caused the revolution over there. I like his stage. I like how it slides, and then he has the electric fences that can shock you.
Round 2. Fight.
Hanzo's level is actually like this too, except without the slippery ground. the whatever those puddles are supposed to be. I'm gonna say they're oil. Too early. Double jump. And remember, even if they'll block it, you can push them into that stuff, and it's over. Boom. Overkill. For dramatic effect, they have that slow-mo at the end of the match. That wants discipline? Get to the gym. To the gym! Another bonus game. Same statue. There we go. Perfect. Unlike the Street Fighter bonus games, this is not very difficult at all. Not that the Street Fighter ones are difficult, really, but they're harder than that. There's also different ones. Like there's the car one, there's the pyramid of bricks. Then there's the falling barrel ones, which is really hard because you can't miss one. And then you have the flaming ring here. I like that. What I've noticed is they usually combine levels in that they'll have, say, one, like the exact same level, but then they'll add like the slippery ground to it to make it even harder. I think they could have done that with Jane's level. Instead of just the nothing in the skinhead, they could have given her this level, but with slippery ground, because this doesn't have slippery ground. There was another level, just saying. It didn't have to be just nothing.
Round 2.
Round 2, fight. Don't mind if I do. Slam you into the ground. Spin kick. Oh no. He did that himself. Ah, just missed. Boring. Ah, that was not what I wanted to do. That should do it. Yeah. Slammed him to the ground and set him on fire. I should mention that despite all like the fire, the mines, and electricity, spikes, all that, there are no fatalities in these games. None of these people die. It's just, hey, that happened. You have done well. You are suitable to be the strongest in history. Without further ado, let's begin the award ceremony. What? Wahaha, my name is Gigas, the strongest in the universe. If you don't want the earth to be smashed, you will fight me. I will fight you. Last boss.
Round 1. Fight.
What do we have here? We have lightning and mines. No! No! This level is brutal. Aw, jeez. Ah, yay. Haha. That dragon. No! 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 Back up. I grab you, I slam you, I electrify you. Shuriken. Right into the mine. Yeah. One player win. I couldn't even get Hanzo wins. Or maybe even you win. That would be better. I slam you onto the mine, into electricity. You didn't touch the mine. Oh well, I'll take the damage I got. Boom. Boom. One trick is, if you're against the screen, you will stop them from falling forward, so you actually do want to walk towards them when they're getting shocked and stuff like that. So they'll get the damage, because otherwise the invisible wall on the side will stop them. But with that, Geekus is done, and I have beaten the game. Yeah. I guess this has been a Colorwind beats after all. He did it. Hanzo has won. Yes, I have. Hey, where did Hanzo go? In order to find stronger opponents, I must leave. I'm afraid this is sayonara. Whatever you say, Ryu. Oh, I mean Hanzo. Yeah, it's a total ripoff. But you know what? As ripoffs go, this is not a bad game. Like I said, probably doesn't hold up nowadays because there's just so many, and there's so many fighting games that you should be playing rather than this one. But this is still a fun game. It is still good. So if you do want something more, or if you remember this back in the day, I would pick it up. Again, I would recommend the World Heroes Anthology because you get World Heroes 1, 2, 2 Jet, and Perfect. So that's 4 games. And you could probably pick that up for like $5 or $10. And it's worth it. It's a solid game. It's not anything extraordinary, but it is a good game. We take a look at the credits here. See the other fighters. And the stages that they're on, those are actually the normal stages, as opposed to the deathmatch stages, which is what I showed you. And I mean, they look good. They look fine. But the thing is, though, is that with all the environmental stuff and the deathmatch levels, that's just more interesting to me. See, I believe this is Dragon's stage. That elevator stage before was Brooklyn's. Brocken, that was his name, Brocken, I think. Yeah. You have Jay Karn here. I think he's supposed to be based on Genghis Khan, the warlord of the Mongolians. There we go. There's one of the deathmatch levels. This one, the one with no sliding goo on the floor or mines, that's Hanzo's deathmatch or fatal match level. This level I don't remember. It's either Hanzo's or Fuma's. I don't remember which one. Sunsoft of America. Oh yeah, I think Sunsoft published this. Did Takara do the port? I think they did. Yeah. Maybe Sunsoft published it and SNK just gave them the rights. I'll have to look that up. Just take my word for it. It was one of those companies. It's fine. We're fine. Presented by Sunsoft. Okay. Well, with that, I think that I'll bring this edition of Colorwind Plays to a close. Game over. Take it easy, everyone. Bye.